Our topic for today is the birth of social sciences, of sociology, anthropology, and history. But first, what is the birth of social sciences? During this period, the birth of social sciences was a response to an extreme social confusions of the modern period. Various of personalities have excelled in the different fields of the social sciences. Sociology. What is sociology? Sociology is a branch of social sciences that deals with the scientific study of human interactions, social groups and institutions, whole societies, and the human world as such. Also, it addresses the problem of the constitution of the self and the individual, but it only does so concerning larger social structures and processes. Anthropology. What is anthropology? Anthropology is the study of human past and present. To understand the full sweep and complexity of culture across all of human history, anthropology draws and builds upon knowledge from the social and biological sciences, as well as the humanities and physical sciences. Also, anthropology is the study of what makes up human. Anthropologists take a broad approach to understand the many different aspects of the human experience, which we call holism. They consider the past through archaeology to see how human groups lived hundreds or thousands of years ago and what was important to them.
The history of the social science can be traced back to the common stock of Western philosophy and has a number of forerunners, but it began most intentionally in the early 19th century with positivist philosophy of science. Since the mid-20th century, the term social science has come to refer to all disciplines that study society and culture, not just sociology. These disciplines range from anthropology to linguistics to media studies, physics. The lives they led and their early studies into human nature, the state, and mortality helped to shape Western civilization.
Figures who contributed in the field of social sciences. The birth of social sciences, sociology, anthropology, and history.
Sociology. Auguste Comte, a French philosopher and the founder of the discipline of sociology and the doctrine of positivism. He is sometimes regarded as the first philosopher of science in the modern sense of the term. He is generally regarded as the father of sociology. Harriet Martineau, one of the earliest Western sociologists, was born in Norwich, England. She was a self-taught expert in political economic theory and wrote officially about the relationship between politics, economics, morals, and social life. A moral perspective that stemmed her utilitarian, faith-centered her intellectual work. She was fiercely critical in inequality and injustice faced by girls and women, wage slaves, and working poor. Karl Marx. He was a philosopher, social scientist, historian, revolutionary, and without a doubt, the most influential socialist thinker to emerge in the 19th century. Although he was largely ignored by scholars in his lifetime, his social, economic, and political ideas gained rapid acceptance in the socialist movement after his death in 1883. Until quite recently, almost half the population of the world lived under regimes that claim to be Marxist. This is success, however, has the original ideas of Marx have often modified and these meanings adapted to the great variety of political circumstances. Also, the fact that Marx delayed publication of many of his writings meant that it's only recently that scholars had the opportunity to appreciate the Marx intellectuals. Emile Durkheim. He was a French sociologist who developed positivism in greater detail. He formally established the academic discipline of sociology, and with Karl Marx and Max Weber, is commonly cited as the principal architect of modern social sciences. Max Weber. He was a German sociologist, philosopher, jurist, and political economist whose ideas profoundly influenced social theory and social research. Weber is often cited with Emile and Karl Marx.
Charles Darwin. He was an English naturalist, geologist, and biologist best known for his contributions to the science of evolution known as On the Origin of Species by Means of Natural Selection. His proposition that all species of life have descended over time from common ancestors is now widely accepted and considered a foundational concept of science. After the next century, DNA studies provided scientific evidence for Darwin's Franz Boas. He was a German-American anthropologist and a pioneer of modern anthropology who has been called the father of American anthropology. His work is associated with a movement of anthropological historians, Bronislaw Kasper Malinowski. He was a Polish anthropologist, one of the most important anthropologists, especially during his time. He has also been referred to as a sociologist and ethnographer. Alfred Reginald Radcliffe Brown. He was an English social anthropologist who developed the theory of structural functionalism.
That's all for today's video. Thank you for watching, and once again, we are Group 6.